Hi everybody, I'm Nicole with Stargazer Luxuries. First time I put my face on video when it hasn't been a live video, so this is a little awkward and uncomfortable for me, but I'm putting myself out there. It has been over a year since I have uploaded a video, and I've been thinking about this a lot and thought it was time to fill you in, let you know what's been going on and where the future of Stargazer Luxuries lies, the changes that are coming. So if you're looking for a making soap video or something like that, this is not that. I'm going to just be talking, and if you are bored of that, just skip, move on. But otherwise, if you do care and want to hear about the changes and stuff, stay tuned. So for those of you that haven't been following my channel or following me on Facebook, you have no idea what I'm talking about or what's been going on, so I'll give you a quick rundown. Previously, my YouTube channel has just been soap making videos just for entertainment, just sharing what I'm doing and sharing my passion with you. Not really educational per se, though I try to answer questions as they come in. The last year and a half has been really challenging. June 2018, my husband was offered a new job out of the state, and it was requiring a very quick move. So we had to sell our home and find a new home and move a family of 6 in less than 2 months. Many of you don't know, I do have 4 special needs children, so that's always an added well, it's a lot added on that we have to factor in. And on top of that, I was having some health challenges. I've always struggled with my health, but this was pretty bad. And I was ending up in the hospital, emergency room, passing out. It was a lot. And it resulted in major surgery right after the move, actually. I had a lot of complications from that and was laid up for months. Luckily, before we moved, I had made a whole lot of soap, so that got me through for a long time. And then I had a lot of help toward the end of the year in 2018 with holiday shows and making more product and making sure that I was ready. At the end of our holiday shows, we were actually leaving a show, and we were in a pretty bad car accident, and my daughter was hurt significantly. We spent months focused on her health and her rehab and helping her heal, and that was 100% of our focus. And anybody that has followed me at any time knows by now, my family is always first. Stargazer was never intended to be a full extra income or anything like that. I mean, let's face it, it's mostly a hobby, and I sell enough product to support that hobby. I'm not making, there's not a Lamborghini parked in my driveway. So, you know, this isn't a hugely profitable thing for me. I do it because I enjoy it. And that's the only reason, really. So Stargazer was put on hold to focus on my daughter. And then in April, as things were starting to get better and I was planning for markets, I had gotten into a lot of farmers markets, some really large ones in our new area. I shattered my foot. I ruptured all of the ligaments and tendons and broke a bunch of bones and shattered bones and was in a cast and on full bed rest. And it was not easy. I ended up having to have reconstructive surgery in August and another minor procedure after that. And I just have not been healing the way that I should be, or that somebody that's been through what I've been through should be healing. It's been 9 months and I'm just learning how to walk again. I spent much of that time in bed, and it was a challenge. And during this time, I was running out of product and people were messaging me, where is this soap fragrance? Where is Oasis? And so most people were very understanding, but there were some people who were really upset, and it was really stressful. So I was dealing with my health. Oh, and during this time, my husband's amazing job laid off a ton of employees, including my husband. We lost our health insurance, our only income. I was in a cast facing major surgery, medical needs for our children. It was really, really scary. Thankfully, he got a job fairly quickly, but and a much better one. It really was a humongous blessing for us. But you know, it's a lot of stress. And on top of all of that, and I'm going to put this out there because this is not talked about enough, suffer from depression and anxiety. And during this time, my depression and anxiety were just spiraling out of control. And it wasn't until my husband went on a business trip late fall that I realized how bad things had gotten for me. And so I sought help, and I'm really glad that I did. I have an amazing doctor who sat down with me one day and said, Nicole, there's a lot going on here. Let's figure this out. And we've been treating my depression and anxiety, and I feel great. I'm on a very good treatment plan right now, and I'm working with my doctor on a regular basis and have some things back in order, and I'm actively going to physical therapy and, like I said, learning how to walk and getting things back together. In addition to all of this, I have a new diagnosis. I mentioned in the beginning here that I've struggled with my health for my entire life, and it's always been a medical quandary. I've had lots of major health scares and major surgeries and really close calls during those surgeries where my heart has stopped, and lots of things. And I've always just been brushed off. I've been called complicated more than once. And I finally have answers. It comes to find out I have a condition called ehlers-danlos syndrome, which is a genetic disorder a lot of physicians don't know about and don't know how to diagnose. And if you want to learn more about that, I'll post some links in the description box down below for you. But I'm learning a whole lot, and it explains so much about everything that I've been through my entire life. And while it's scary because it's a big diagnosis and it's a very rare diagnosis, it's also exciting to finally have some answers and know that I'm not alone. And I am not crazy. It's not all in my head. I mean, I have a lot of other issues that are related to EDS, but like heart issues and gastric issues and all sorts of things. I'm currently wearing wraps right now because with EDS, my joints, it is a condition that affects the collagen gene, and the joints, your ligaments in your body are extra stretchy. For example, I can put my foot over my head and contort my body in ways that most people can't. And I don't, I'm not a dancer. I've been on bed rest for most of the last 9 months, and yet I can still, without batting an eye, put my foot over my head. That's not normal. My joints will just dislocate spontaneously. I will wake up and have joints completely dislocated, and I have to put them back in. Sometimes it requires the assistance of a doctor. And most recently, one of my daughters, we believe, has either EDS or hypermobility syndrome, which can cause some of these same symptoms, but not. It doesn't look like she has as many of the marks on the checklist as I do, and it's tricky because we're not biologically connected, so there's a whole nother side to things there. So we're working on that. But she's sitting here next to me right now, and we're having a horrific pain day, and we're going through it together. So it's also nice knowing that neither one of us are alone, and she can relate to me because I know exactly what she's going through and how she's feeling. We're having a rough day today, but that's why I wanted to sit down and talk to you and share why you haven't seen anything from me. So that leads me into the next part. What does this mean for Stargazer? Well, as I said, my family and my health is always going to come first. Stargazer is a passion of mine, and I feel I've lost some of that passion. And I've been trying to figure out why is that. And I think it's because I was really focused on meeting the customer needs. And when I first started Stargazer, it was because I wanted to share my passion with everyone else. And I always talked about how I'm not going to make things that we're not going to use ourselves. And I still have stuck to that, but I really go back to what people are messaging me for, in particular scents or products or whatnot. And it's really kind of become a chore, I guess. I've become kind of a slave to the demands. And I have made the decision that I'm not going to do that anymore. Soap is not going to be my main focus. One, I have to acknowledge where I am health-wise, and it's really hard on my body. And I need to take care of my body. And as I'm getting older, time is not going to be my friend, and I want to make sure that I'm taking care of myself as best I can and I don't have long-term negative effects. Well, I'm gonna continue to make soap because our family I love my soap. I mean, I created my soap for my skin. I have very delicate, sensitive skin, and I created my products for me first and foremost. And I haven't found another soap that I can use without having some sort of a reaction to. So I'm going to keep making my soap just in small, limited quantities. It'll still be out for purchase. I'll still keep it on my website, but a very small amount. I am no longer going to worry about making sure I have the scent in stock that everybody wants, because the problem with that is I end up with 250 different scents, and that's a huge inventory to maintain in my home, and I'm making those fragrances for just 1 or 2 people, and I don't move a lot of product except for around the holidays. I mean, I have orders that come in every month, but not daily, and that's okay. Especially right now, I mean, that has been manageable for me, so that's fine, but I can't continue to manage maintaining that many fragrances. 250 fragrances at a time, it was a bit of an exaggeration. I have had that many. Usually I keep around 100 different fragrances in stock at any given time, and I just can't keep up with that anymore, and I have to be okay with that, and I am. So how many fragrances am I gonna have in stock? I don't know. I guess it's just gonna depend on how I'm doing. Right now, I'm in a really bad flare. I'm having a lot of heart issues right now. We suspect I have a condition called POTS. I'm working with a cardiologist and all sorts of things. But anyway, everything is flared right now and I'm struggling. So I'm not making product, and I'm okay with that. And so I'll make product as I can. I'll get it on the website when it is there. But it's going to be more about what do I want to do? What do I feel that I'm able to do? And it'll be there when it is there. As far as soap and other very labor-intensive products. This also goes into play with Oasis. Those of you that love Oasis, it is a very labor-intensive product, and it is very, very hard on my body and my joints. I always suffer for a good week after making Oasis because it is so hard on me. I will continue to make Oasis, but if I run out of stock, you're just going to have to bear with me because, again, I have to take care of me first. Since I've been laid up for so long, I have been able to reconnect with some of my other passions. And one of those things is makeup. No, I'm not making makeup, but I love makeup and I love wearing makeup and I love doing makeup. I love to paint. I'm an artist. And so I can sit down and kind of think of my face as a palette and have fun with that every day. And it makes me feel good. So it's something I enjoy. In addition to that, I love nails. I've always loved nails and manicures, and I've talked off and on throughout the years about going to nail tech school, and it's something my daughter actually really wants to do. So when she turns 18, we're talking about doing that together. It's not something I'm going to be able to do as a career because my hands are not going to be able to handle it, especially on bad days like today. I could not sit down and do somebody's nails. My joints are dislocating, so I have some support. That's what this is for. It's support to help keep my basal joint in place while I move. I dislocated my right thumb texting my mom yesterday. So anyway, that's EDS for you. I have discovered the world of nail dip. Nail dip is a powder. It's a colored acrylic powder, essentially. It's a little more in depth to that, but I have been dipping my nails. This is a manicure I have right now that I did and I love. This is not my powder. This is from another small business, actually 2 different businesses. I have fallen in love with nail dip. My girls love it. I do their nails. I do my nails. And I've also been making the powder. We did a soft launch in November. I did release it on the website, but I mostly focused on craft shows that I was doing and released it there. It did really, really well. I sold out of a lot of things and then decided to bring in the liquids as well. And people are excited about it. I'm excited about it. I love making it, and I can make it without a lot of damage to my body. It's fairly easy on my body. It's something that my girls can help me with. The biggest issue is breathing in the powders when you're making it, because let's face it, there is nothing natural about this process. And if anyone ever tells you nail dips is natural, they're lying to you. There is nothing natural about nail dipping. Sorry. But that's okay. You know, for me, it's something that brings us joy, and we're not eating it. So we do the nail dip powder, and it is something I am going to bring out more on my website. And if I continue to do holiday shows, you may have heard that I have a holiday show that I've committed to this year, but that might be the last one, you guys. So just so that you know, it's just so hard on my body. I'm gonna really focus on online sales and my nail dip powders and see what happens. I'm not completely closing that door, but that is something that may be coming. So just be aware. And that's hard for me to say. This is actually the first time I've actually vocalized that, because this has been a hard thing for me. To figure out what do I want to do. And really, I want to take care of me, because I want to be around for a long time. And I don't want to be in a wheelchair. You know, so I have to take a hard look at these things and what can I do? And I know I'm kind of rambling, and I hope if you've stuck with me this long, you're awesome. But, you know, it's been a lot, and we're figuring it all out here. Anyway, nail dip powders. I am aiming to do a relaunch, because we did the soft launch in November. There are still a few things on my site. A couple of colors are left, clear and my liquids. I'm going to keep those in stock, though I'm going to change up the labels. I use glass bottles. For those of you that use nail dip liquids and you hate the plastic bottles, so do I. So what I'm going to be doing is focusing on relaunching those, coming up with colors, but I want to know from you, what colors are you looking for? So if you go to my Facebook group, I've got a post asking for colors. Let's get some interaction going there. I have been so quiet that I think a lot of people forgot my group is there. So come on over and participate. I am also going to be doing a lot more videos around nail dip. So what is it? How do you apply it? There are a lot of different ways to apply it. So we're going to do videos on those, on nail prep, and so forth. And what do you want to see? What kind of videos do you want to see? The other thing I'm going to do is reviews. I'm going to be reviewing other small businesses like me. I really like supporting other small businesses, other moms. And let's face it, while I would love to be the only one you buy from, I'm never going to be able to make all of the colors that people want. I have over 250 dip powders, and I hope my husband doesn't watch this. Sorry, honey. More are coming, and I'm planning on ordering more Saturday too. So anyway, my daughter's sitting here. You know nothing. Okay, so I mean, I love dip powders. I love supporting other small businesses, and I want to share them with you. And I hope that the community, the nail dip community, seems to be more loving and open than the soap community is. And if you're a soaper, you know what I'm talking about. And I believe in love and kindness and inclusiveness and acceptance and building people up and not tearing them down. So I am going to be doing reviews for other companies. I'm gonna, so if you know of companies that you would like to see reviewed, let me know. Join my group. Let's start a discussion. I'm pretty active with people that are on my group. I want to get to know everyone there. Leave a comment down below. What do you want to see? What do you want to know? And who would you like me to review? If you have EDS or another chronic illness and you can relate to what I am going through, let me know. Leave me a comment down below. You're not alone. I think we're all in this together, and we all have our battles. And if you're struggling with depression and anxiety, you don't have to. Something that I have learned, especially over the last few months, is I deserve to be happy, and I don't have to spend every day waiting for bed and just existing and just trying to get through the end, because that's not a successful day. And that's what my life was. That was a good day. Everybody survived. My daughter didn't fall down the stairs today. She's a bit of a daredevil, and that has happened a few times. That's not living. We deserve to be happy, and we deserve to want to enjoy life. And if you're not there, go seek help. There's a lot of support. We all deserve to be happy and find love for yourself. If you've stuck with me this long, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all of your support and your understanding. And I know there's some people that are going to be pretty upset, and I am sorry, but I hope that you can understand where I'm coming from now that you know a little bit more about my story. So I love all of you. Thank you for your support, and please join us over on Facebook because I'd love to get to know you. Thanks for watching.